The vast majority of us have had difficult times in our lives. There may be periods in your life when things will be difficult for you. Possibilities are that you've gone through good and bad times in your life so far. It's possible that you've had some difficult periods in your life. Another possibility is that you are currently in the middle of one. Not everything goes according to plan. You have tried everything possible, but nothing has changed about the situation. You may be feeling helpless, abandoned, and powerless as a result of the troubles you're experiencing right now. This is quite normal. Even if you're experiencing difficulties, you'll still be made fun of. You may feel obligated to retaliate in response to their taunting and derision, which will only make you feel worse in the long run. Having said that, there is no need to worry. You will not be required to take any action in order to deal with these individuals. At this point, you will not be expected to say anything more. Watching things turn around for you by the individuals who condemned you and fled your circumstance in the first place is the ultimate form of retribution. Your friends and family will be able to see how far God has raised you and how generously He has blessed you. What a thrill and surprise it will be for them to discover this. It is God's desire that your captivity will be reversed, and all of your tears will be wiped away by His compassionate face. Besides taking care of your troubles, God will also give you a new song to sing. Your shoulders will be alleviated of the burden you've been bearing for a lengthy period of time. When you reach there, you'll be taking your first step towards serenity and quietness. When you win this war, your opponents are not going to find it amusing in the least. It seems unlikely that they will be able to beat you despite their attempts. It is likely that those who have made fun of you and talked badly of you, whether they are behind you or directly in front of you, will be compelled to recant their statements once they witness God's blessings on your life. You have a promising future ahead of you. You are blessed because the Lord has looked favorably on you with His merciful eyes, and you'll be able to see proof of this very shortly. It will not be necessary to wait any longer to reap the results of your hard work. When God's promises are fulfilled, your life will be completely revolutionized. If you don't see the tangible manifestations of your aspirations and prayers, it may be tough to serve God. Leave your life for Him, and place your confidence in Him with all you have in your life. Eventually, there will be some questions asked. Others may cast doubt on your religious convictions, branding you as a sinner whose problems are the result of your earlier actions or inactions. Others will have negative things to say about you and your God. As a result, you will be mocked and exposed to a barrage of insults of every kind. Their aim is to bring your spirit down, make you feel bad about yourself and your situation, get you to doubt your faith and traumatize you in some way. Keep them as far away from you as possible. If you don't want to hear anything, put your hands over your ears. Don't accept whatever they say, but firmly trust in God's ability to keep His promise, and put your faith in Him to follow through on His promise. He has promised to reward you with benefits. As He has said, He will assist you in every aspect of your life. He has promised to wipe away your tears and to fill your heart with happiness and laughter in exchange. As a result, He will not forsake you. He has committed to being there for you at all times. It is the Lord who illuminates the darkness and delivers salvation to those who are in need of it. He's a God to look up to. Things could be a little difficult at this stage. In the next months and years, however, there will be a massive change in your life. A blueprint for your future is being devised by the Almighty in preparation for you, and it will be revealed when the time is right. Everyone will come together as a result of this and recognize what a wonderful God you have. Please be patient during this time of change. It won't be long until people who are making fun of you are forced to stop their behavior. They will see God's favor manifested in your life because they will be there to see it. Instead of paying attention to their criticisms, divert your focus somewhere else instead. When you begin to worry about your problems and get agitated about them, the devil has already gained the upper hand and is winning. Furthermore, it indicates that you are establishing uncertainty and worry. A man with a double mind, according to the Bible, will not receive anything from the Almighty. Prayer is a safe space where we may express our concerns, difficulties, and requests to God. His ears are not too heavy that He cannot hear you, and His hands are not short that He is unable to assist you. They are of sufficient length. If you keep your gaze focused on God, you will be unconcerned with what others think of you. In the case that you find yourself getting overwhelmed, Take time to talk to God about your feelings. When faith in God is combined with prayer, it opens doors and transforms impossibilities into realities. It is important to remember that no problem is too large for God to settle. Whatever you choose to call it, be rest assured that God will settle it. Everything will be resolved as a result of the name and power of Jesus, which are much larger than any of these concerns in the first place. Your financial situation might be at peril. What is the current situation of your financial affairs? It may be that you're dealing with the ramifications of your misfortune as everything suddenly went wrong. It's likely that people are sinning and doing a variety of things to make fun of your situation and make you sad, and you're not happy about it. Whatever it is, always remember that God hears your prayers and responds to them. Whenever you call on Him in times of need, He will come through for you. If you ever find yourself in a difficult situation, He will be there to assist you. He'll defend you and fight your battles for you. He will pay off your bills and you will be restored once again. His power will even extend to pushing you beyond your expectations. Those who have previously mocked you will begin to look for opportunities to apologize to you. In response, they will humbly ask for forgiveness, because it is your time of divine turnaround. It may seem impossible, but God has a track record of doing the apparently impossible things, especially through prayer and faith. As a result of His extensive knowledge and expertise in this field, He is uniquely suited to handle the problem. In addition, He is prepared to take on your case provided you grant Him permission to do so. Jabez grew up to be a man full of regrets as a result of his mother's choice of given name. Having said that, he is not about to go down without a struggle. No one else would be able to influence what transpired in the future except for him. He prayed as though his life relied on his ability to do so. The man didn't simply stand there doing nothing. He rose to his feet and walked away from the negativity attached to his name. People's perceptions of him had no influence on who he was. The Bible claims that he was nobler than his brothers in the end. Possibly, you have been called derogatory names and have been assigned negative personality qualities to make you feel inferior. It's possible that the adjectives failure or wretched were used to describe you. It's possible that the phrase barren has been used to describe you in the past. What God thinks of you is much different from what you or others think of yourself. You are not defined by what others think of you, no matter how outrageous their claims may seem to be. Unless, of course, you allow their comments to influence your feelings, even though they are really painful. Tears and grief are not the solution to anything. Whining and moaning will not help to fix the situation. Such a stance suggests a lack of confidence in God's powers to provide for us. Hannah ultimately made the decision to go to Shiloh because of her situation. She was also reminded of her childlessness on an annual basis, which she found distressing. Even though she had complained to her husband and whined about it, nothing had happened as a result of her complaints. But I want you to know that her prayers were answered the moment she became so distressed that she felt compelled to convey her grief to the Almighty in prayer, and her mouth was filled with a new song. You will be pleased as well as I am with this. As a result, you'll also sing a new song. The celebration of God's blessings in your life will bring people together in a positive way. There will be a shift in the state of your life. Soon, you'll be able to watch yourself flourishing and thriving in front of all of your enemies. God has placed a table in front of you in the presence of your adversaries, and He intends to follow through on His promise to accomplish this. Fear and concern are not what you should be concentrating on. If you really want to make a difference, pray about it, and you will reap the advantages of God's blessings. Fear is one of Satan's strategies to get you to lose faith in God and question His existence. When it arrives, he'll disguise as gestures and use them in an effort to prevent you from continuing on your journey. Consider the account of Bartimaeus, who was blind, to give you a sense of what I'm talking about. As Jesus went by, he called out for mercy. The efforts of those who with him were made to persuade him not to follow through with the plan. But he wouldn't stop calling on Jesus for mercy and wouldn't back down. And when Jesus heard him, he stopped and told him to come. The same folks who told him to shut up were the same folks that informed him when Jesus called him. As a result of this, please resist the temptation to let the troll's insults get the better of you. You have the right to believe anything you wish, taking into consideration the Almighty's point of view. In the end, only God's words regarding your life will be taken into consideration. Consequently, keep your head lifted high and your shoulders squared as you trust in God. Do not be ashamed, because God will do wonders in your life as He has promised. You have already received God's blessings and have been assigned a place beside Him in the celestial spheres. This is yours as a result of your faith. God's blessings on your company, wealth, and the fruit of the womb will express themselves in your life as He continues to bless you in every manner possible. In your life, you are only going through a phase that will shortly come to an end. David, as well as other figures from the Bible such as Jesus, were ridiculed. How did they react to the situation? When Jesus realized the joy and compensation that would be his as a result of the events recorded in Hebrews 12 verse 2, he despised the shame. In other words, keep your eyes peeled for the excellent things that God has in store for you. Celebrate with joy, and those who have made fun of you will definitely realize God's blessing on your life. Stay blessed.